Welcome attendees. I see folks coming in. We'll get started soon. All right, looks like we're live on Facebook. We'll give it just another minute for folks to come in, but a little housekeeping while we let people join us. Welcome everyone. If you're in the workshop, you can hover over your screen and you'll get a chat and Q&A button. If you use either of those to chat in questions or comments, we'll see them and make sure that questions get answered and such. And if you're joining us on Facebook Live at the moment, you can even leave a comment on Facebook and we can answer questions there as well, if you like. I am, unfortunately, my video isn't working today, but my name is Wang. I'm one of the coordinators of the Fix-It Fairs, which are Portland, Oregon community resource events. And we usually have 3 in-person giant resource fairs a year. And with the pandemic, we have been providing online workshops. And all those workshops are recorded and can be found on our Facebook for now. And then we are building a YouTube library as well. And I will post links to those resources later so you can check out all the rest of the great content that we have. And with that, I would like to introduce today's guest presenter, Jorge from Metro. Thank you so much for joining. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. Hello, everyone. My name is Jorge Turcios, and I just want to say thank you so much for the invitation. We are so thrilled to be here today. Our presentation today is going to be for safe cleaning and disinfecting homes. My pronouns are he, him, and él in Spanish, for those who speak Spanish. I work for Metro in the Waste Prevention and Environmental Services Department, also known as WPES. As you know, Metro is a regional government for the Portland Metro area. They service Multnomah County, Washington County, and Clackamas County. The Waste Prevention and Environmental Service Department oversees and regulates the garbage and recycling system for the region. Our main focus is to reduce and maintain the amount of toxics that go into the landfill, also providing information for communities on how to reduce toxics in their home and where to actually take those items. So that's kind of part of what we do. And then I'm going to start by sharing my screen here so you all can see our presentation. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to put them on the chat. My coworker, Farah, is going to be with us today. He's going to be helping me. So this is our presentations for today, safe cleaning and disinfecting at home. Today, the main highlights is going to be how to get familiar with some common chemicals, ingredients that are problematic for children, especially some tips and how to clean with green products at home, and how to choose a better cleaning methods in your home, or per se when you're buying those products at the store, finding ways to find things that are less hazardous in your home to protect your children's and pets. The one thing that I can say, it's as consumers, we have the power to choose our products. We can choose for products that are a lot safer for our families, especially in our homes. We can make our own products if we need to. There's really good instructions on how to make green cleaners that are effective and as same as products that you buy at the supermarkets. At the end of this presentation or in the middle of it, we'll go ahead and give you some other alternative options on what you can do at home with things that you can have, such as um, vinegar or bleach, not bleach, I'm sorry, but other products that are more natural, I would say. Um, every day we're exposed to different toxics, especially in your home or in the regular environment. One of those toxics can influence our nervous system and how our brain function. Also, how our immune system can actually be a problematic to when we inhale all those chemicals. Another thing that it can be affected by it is our hormone function, and they also can produce cancer and are problematic with our development and reproduction system. So those are kind of some of the toxics when our body can inhale them or even it through our skin we can go ahead and um, receive those toxins into our body. um, Children's are very vulnerable to exposure. The reason behind that is because they're still growing and their body is developing, and all those chemicals can be affecting how they develop. And so those are kind of like the main focus is going to be protecting them and see what other options are available to use less of the chemicals that we normally use at home. And the reason why the childrens are very vulnerable, it's because they're very they're touching everything they can. So they when we disinfect the surfaces and then they touch everything and they put their hands in their and in their mouth and things like that. So that's how they can inhale those fumes or chemicals that are in the surfaces that we're actually clean with the different chemicals that we use at home. So some of the conventional cleaners, especially like sprays or chemicals that are basically uh, pollutants to the air. Um, Basically, they can cause asthma or irritation on the skin. They can affect our hormone functioning, and they can be either inhaled through the air or residues that are left behind um, when we're cleaning hard surfaces. One of the most common illnesses in the United States, it's asthma, especially in children's. And this can be due to different toxics that they inhale, especially at home with the different cleaning supplies that we use. Examples of that can be like bleach. Bleach can trigger and aggravate asthma. Same thing with ammonium. Ammonium can trigger asthma, skin irritation, and sometimes it accumulate in the dust if we don't have a system to clean the different surfaces that their children's touch. So there's a difference between cleaning, sanitizing, and disinfecting. So cleaning is mainly just to remove the dirt. So basically, we're just removing the germs that are in the surfaces, not necessarily killing the germs, but we're just removing the germs. Disinfecting and sanitizing are a little bit different. Disinfecting actually kills the germs, where basically is destroying the germs that are in hard surfaces, and it helps to prevent the spread of infections. And sanitizing is that's almost the same thing. It just reduces the germs on the surfaces and sometimes in our clothing. especially when we're washing with soap and things like that. It will remove the level of germs that are on those surfaces or in your clothes. One of the main things that we can use to prevent diseases or to kind of weaken the structure of a bacteria is using regular soap. Um, that's why it's very important that we wash our hands or the kids wash their hands very often. That's a way to prevent a lot of the first defense to protect your health. Another thing that we can think of is using disinfectant only in hard surfaces for say like doors, bathroom, kitchens, uh, tables and desks, drinking fountains. That's things that we are exposing ourselves to it and touching. So that's the main um, reason why we want to disinfect that, so to prevent diseases. So here are some ingredients that you can find that are a little bit safer. Alcohol is a really good um, disinfectant. Basically, when the alcohol is put on the surface, it will evaporate. So same thing with hydroperoxide. It pretty much it sits in the surface, and the fuels that it's coming out are not as dangerous as any other chemicals that we use. And there's other like citric acid and other products that we can use. So another ways to find healthier and safer disinfectants are by making sure that we read the labels on the products that we're actually using. For instance, here's a label that it would tell you exactly what it is, how dangerous it is, or if there's a warning sign, how dangerous that will be to your body, and same thing for cautious. So basically, danger will be 1 teaspoon can actually kill a person, or a few drops of can actually damage your system. Same thing for toxic, 1 ounce or 1 teaspoon of warrant can be dangerous to your system. Cautious is not so bad. I mean, it can create some problems, but it's not as much as dangerous. So when we're buying our products, we can look at those labels and kind of make decisions on what will be best to bring to our home and use it around our house, and especially if you have kids and pets, to kind of protect them. And if you have any questions, I mean, please let me know. I know I'm going a little bit fast here. So I definitely will go ahead and take your questions. Um, but moving on, one of the things that are really toxic in our home, it's oven cleaners, drain cleaners. So sometimes when we tell people like for drain cleaners, I mean, it's better to use kind of like a simple um, holder where it can actually prevent for or at least use a lot less of those cleaners or products that we have at home. Also, toilet cleaners are very hazardous and they can cause a lot of problems, not to our health, but everything around us. Another thing is like a lot of things that we buy, they are scented just to make it better, like it smells better. But that doesn't mean that it's actually better for your body or for your system, and especially to the environment. They can produce different type of development disorders, and so keep in mind that when we're buying products, just because it smells good, that doesn't mean that it's better for us. And then other things that are not necessary is like if something is just showing on the label that is antibacterial, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily better product than others. I think remembering that just regular soap can do the work instead of having to use other chemicals that are not necessary. So if you're gonna, I mean, we're not against using these products. I mean, sometimes a little bit of bleach, it helps to clean some of the surfaces. One of the things that you do want to keep in mind though, it's when you're working with products like this, they're so uh, strong. You want to make sure to open your windows, make sure everything is ventilated. Try to keep your children's and pets away from that area that you're working. Sometimes we do recommend, like if you're going to use any of these products, maybe once you're finished, if you go out, take some time off and away from your home so that all those fuels can just move. And then by the time you come back, things will be more safe and it's going to be a better air quality also for you and your kids. So one of the things that we find out is that when you are working with chemicals such as bleach or other cleaning supplies, it's always good to protect yourself. We do recommend to wear gloves just to be safe, open the spaces. Also, the reason that you want to protect yourself is because you don't want to have any problems with asthma or any respiratory issues and problems. And I help you a little bit. Here at Metro, we do have a person, like we actually going to talk about things that you can use in your home that are very common. We have some baking soda that you can use. This is a really good cleaning product that I'll show you, have a recipe to show you. We're just going to walk you through um, how to prepare that and keep it ready for cleaning surfaces. Also using lemon juice or vinegar. Sometimes some people use some scented oils. If you like things that smell a little bit nicer, this is a really good option. There are natural products that don't harm the environment or your health. So it's something to think about. So basically, like I was saying, we are going to show you how to make very simple, easy products that with things that you have at home. With vinegar, we're gonna show you how to make like a soft scrub for hard surfaces, like for the bathroom or toilet. This is a really good cleaner. It might need a little bit of work out of your part, just kind of like getting there and cleaning really hard, I would say. Normally not like the other clinics that you just let them sit there, but this one you kind of have to use a little sponge and just kind of like go there and work hard to get that out. But it's really something that will actually help you have a um, better safe home, I say. So that's one thing that you'll be able to do. So here's the recipe that I was telling you about. Basically, you're gonna need, I kind of have almost everything ready here for you so you can kind of see what I'm gonna be doing, but we're gonna use 1 quart of vinegar and you can just pour that inside your bottle here. I mean, it's pretty simple. Also, we're gonna use a little bit of um, still soap. This is natural soap. You can find it in a regular supermarket, any stores that you go to. And this one is going to give us, this one doesn't have water, so it's kind of nice. So let me open that. And then we're just going to do half a spoon of our soap here. And then we have some warm water. We're just going to put that in there. And then we're going to mix that together. And this is going to be good for any surfaces that you have that you're trying to spray. And where's my spray bottle? There we go. So here's how we can, give you an idea of, you can just keep this in the house. It's always good to label things. Here we have a label that it just kind of tells you what it is. just in case somebody in the house find this and they exactly know where to use it or how to use it. Um, the other thing that I was telling you is the little scrub that we're gonna make. So basically this one, if you just, it's a baking soda and you're gonna use the soap again. So pretty simple recipe. You can add as much baking soda you want here. It's actually just pour in there. And then when you're using your soap, what you're trying to do is you're just trying to make a little paste, kind of something where you feel comfortable, um, where it actually feel kind of, you can see here, ready to clean, you know. So this is kind of how you can do this at home. This can be used for bathrooms. You can clean um, kitchen, your stove. Again, you just have to work a little hard on that just to make it nice, and sometimes I let it sit there for a little bit. So if you actually like put it in, let it sit there, and then go back again and clean, that works better, I think. So here it is. That's the recipe for that. And if you want to add a little bit of smell to it, some people like that fresh smell. Again, you can add some um, essential oils that you can find in your regular supermarket or any natural stores. I hope that's helpful. We do also have some booklets in the Spanish and English. So if you ever need that or you're interested, you can reach out to Metro and then we can go ahead and provide those. These ones are very helpful. They have different type of recipes in it that people can use. So that's, for like if you have a specific um, areas that you want to clean and you don't know how to do it, that's a good resource that we have available for you. It looks like we do have a question here. It's asking whether the natural soap is there ingredients to look for, or how does it tell if it's natural or like any dish soap? Cause to clean our dishes. Oh, okay, great. Well, that's a good question. I honestly don't know the answer to that, but my coworker Farah actually is here with us, and maybe she would be able to answer that question. Um, you know, for me, it's just that Castile soap is the best, I guess. But I don't know if there's any difference from the regular soaps that you use to do the dishes. And but we can get that answer in a few seconds.
Yeah. So that's a great question. Thank you. Uh, and I would recommend, usually the soaps that are best will say that they are vegetable based soaps. There's usually soaps that are made from vegetable based oils or petroleum based oils. And if there's something that says, vegetable based, that's a good option. Or you can look at the actual ingredients and tell if there's petroleum or whether the oils are from plant products. So Castile soap is one of the ones that is is a really good one to look for that will be vegetable based. So that's kind of a generally what you can do. And Jorge will also point you to some apps that will kind of help you find better products when you're at the store. So so he'll touch on that, and then we can answer any more questions that you have about that as well.
Thank you, Farah. So another thing that we want to think about is that when we have our products at home, either if we're not using them, we need to find ways to actually storage them. So where are we going to keep them? How are we going to keep them? And the things that we don't use, they can be directed to our hazardous waste facility. We have locations where people, if you're not using anything in your home, it's better not to have it because all the fumes, especially like sometimes a lot of people like to storage under the sink. That's where all their products are available, kind of. And so all those products will get fumes out, and that can create problems too, because even though you're not seeing it, it's creating those fumes that go into your home. So keep in mind that it's better to dispose them if you don't have the need for it. And there are facilities that can actually accept them. And then I'll give you a phone number for places where you can actually get information on where to take those items. So again, once again, this is the number that I was telling you. So if you do need to dispose of any hazardous, any chemicals, any products that you don't need anymore at home, you can call Metro at 503-234-3000. And we have a group of people that will go ahead and give you the best information and give you address and phone number, operation hours, and all that good stuff. So you can reach out if you have things at home that don't need anymore. When you're thinking, when you don't need actually any more of those items, you want to think whether if they're empty, if they have product in it. Some of them can be recycled, some of them have to go into your trash, and some of them have to go to hazardous waste, depending on what type of product is it, or whether it's full or not. For instance, this Lysol product, the Lysol itself can actually be recycled. So basically the bottle itself can be recycled. You always want to remove the lid, but the bottle itself, if it's empty, then it does get recycled at home. And you can just put it with your regular mixed recycling. However, if it's full, if it has some type of material in it or some liquid in it, this then have to go to our hazardous waste facility. And again, give us a call and we'll be able to let you know where to take that. So same things for this bottle. I mean, this bottle here, it's larger than 6 ounces and it has a screw top on it. If it's empty, then yes, you can go ahead and recycle that. However, if it still has any liquid in it, or if it still has some bleach in it, you want to go ahead and give us a call, because that will be considered hazardous. And we don't want to just dispose that in the garbage, or you don't want to dispose it into your sink or bathroom. You're not using it, of course. Then we have this bottle also. Again, if it's empty, this Windex bottle can be recycled. You want to make sure that you remove the top, and then the bottle itself is 6 ounces or larger, so it does get recycled. However, if it does have any kind of liquid in it, it's still considered hazardous waste. So those are kind of some of the things that you need to think about. If something is completely empty and dry, you can just go ahead and recycle it at home. If it's a bottle that is 6 ounces or larger. For any resources or any information, you can definitely reach out to us. I mean, we're here to help you. This website, it's going to give you access to the different tools that we have available, some more recipes, how to contact people at Metro that has the knowledge to support you and give you better options to have a healthy home and use products that are not so dangerous to your health and your hurt environment, basically. And Farah, you said that we have the information for the apps. I can't remember which ones were those.
Oh yeah, maybe we don't have that slide on here. I will put that in the chat. But the app that I would recommend that has a bigger database is called Think Dirty Shop Clean. And so that is an app you can use for smartphones. Another one that is available is EWG's Healthy Living. And with both of these apps, you can either type in a product or actually scan a product and get a rating for how safe that product is. And so they use a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being more toxic and 0 being less toxic. So I will put those in the chat as well. If you do have smartphones and you want some help when you're at the store, they're pretty good resource. I will put in some other resources as well. Like the Environmental Working Group, EWG, has a pretty good website on healthy cleaning products as well. So I'll type those in the chat and let us know if you have other questions about those resources or anything else.
Great, thank you. I didn't see those. I was aware that that they were somewhere. I just didn't know how to find them. And this was complete our presentations for today. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you again our phone number in case anyone has any questions, or if you don't know what to do at home with any chemicals or any other products that you have. I mean, if you have questions about recycling, or if you have questions about any products that you have at home that don't know what to do with it, you are always more than welcome to give us a call. Our phone number again is 503-234-3000. That's the Metro Recycling Information Center. And let me just move really quick here. So I just want to get you to that number. It's a really easy number to remember, but sorry. We already went over this. All right, to get there to the last page. If anybody has any questions before we close this session, I want to thank you everyone for being here and listening. It's a good experience, and if not, then thank you again, and I hope to hear from you.
Jorge, thank you so much. This is Wing. Again, my video isn't working, so unfortunately, I'm just the voice, but really appreciate this. I know that 234-3000 number has come in handy over and over again for me and things in my own home. So thanks for sharing that resource as well. Farah, thank you for joining as well as backup and support. And thank you all attendees for joining us today. Doesn't look like there's any more questions, and I don't see anything on Facebook. So I think that's a wrap. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye for now.